Comrades on Patreon supporting my channel and this content. My partner, thank you, Rosa, and Independent Left News. Definitely check out Independent Left News. So I came across this article as I was scrolling through Twitter a little bit ago, and Andrew Yang, again, he ran for president 2020, also ran to become the next mayor of New York, supposedly launching a third party. I will refer back to Lenin when this is to paraphrase Vladimir Lenin, talked about, it doesn't really matter how many political parties there are in a country if they're all serving the same interest. And I can guarantee you, whatever political party Andrew Yang comes up with here will be serving the same interests that the Democrat and Republicans do, namely that of capital capitalism and white supremacy. And I don't think, frankly, you're going to be able to convince me any otherwise. Yang's politics are just really, frankly, horrible. His version of UBI is very right wing. As I've and others have pointed out, it's basically a Trojan horse in order to completely gut the what we have of a social safety net in the U.S., which obviously isn't very much. So not expecting a whole lot from Andrew Yang creating some type of, third party. So his book, Notes on the Future of Our Democracy, coming out in April. It's not clear what the name of Yang's third party will be or how he plans to deploy it in 22 or 24. Yang and his team did not respond for requested comments. Writes in his book that an indictment of America's era of institutional failure will introduce us to the various priests of the decline of America, including politicians who incentives to become the force from the people they supposedly serve. Mark Cuban says vitally important. And then, like his campaign for mayor, he was just some really horrible ableist talking points, just basically talking about how we should be scared of people with mental illness, and he kind of doubled down on that point. So just not, his politics are trash, frankly. Then also, I was also against, wasn't for Julian Assange. He thought he should be prosecuted. His foreign policy's trash. So again, I don't think whatever third party Andrew Yang and his team come up with is going to be anything to write home about. This is a pretty interesting article by the Dissent on their Substack. When he was asked about a pardon for Julian Assange, he reported by saying, "I think he should stand trial," as I was talking about earlier. Bolivian coup. I taken about Forever Wars and mentioned Bolivia. He was in support of the Bolivian coup from this Jesus Christ. Yeah, and then talking about the anti-Russia shit, he was parodying that. Hijacking. Russia was the one hacking our democracy. Jesus Christ. So anti-China rhetoric, anti-Russian rhetoric, smeared the BDS movement, comparing it to neo-fascists. Jesus Christ. Domestic policy. Came out against $15 minimum wage. He opposes tuition-free public college. Says that UBI would be a better alternative. Jesus Christ. Yes, he's not a progressive, as vague, a vacuous term as it is, but some type of modern day libertarian with the UBI as a Trojan horse to gut what little of a social safety net we have in the United States. But I don't see, he claims he's a populist outsider, but none of the positions he supports are really populist. Doesn't support Medicare for all, doesn't support tuition-free college. Jesus Christ. The horrible shit with Assange. tough on crime stance, and then his ableist comments when he was running as mayor of New York. I'm not expecting much, if anything, from this third party that Yang and his cohorts are planning to create. I mean, I think there's decent third parties out there. They just don't have the kind of broad institutional backing or support. So, like the PSL, the Party for Socialism and Liberation, I think they're pretty decent, frankly. They just don't have the, funding or the name recognition compared to even, like the Green Party or something like that. So, not expecting a whole lot from this. As Lenin said, say it again, doesn't really matter how many political parties they are, as long as they're serving the same interest. This party, this third party that Yang and his, cohorts are coming up with are going to serve the same interest that the Democrats and Republicans do. So I think, frankly, it's much to do about nothing, more or less. So what do you think? Will this third party that Yang is planning to launch, will it actually be a force for good, or will it be just another dead end like the Democrat and Republican parties are? I frankly think it will be. Let me know down below what you think. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe for more content. All part of the people. Peace. Much love.